everyone. Yeah, I'm still here. I said I wasn't going anywhere. But anyway, um, now remember, I'm only speaking about different things that all of us, yeah, even me, have to think about. And what people are doing to me and to others, and they need to think about it too, especially the newer ones, before they even get started in doing something. And when I speak about things that are being done, again, now this is across the board. When we talk about this, speak about it, if you never did anything to anyone, especially if, we speak about the story time, our experiences, if you never did anything, then I'm not speaking about you. None of us are. Now, oh wow. Okay. God said you could get mad all you want. Okay? Eventually, you'll probably get glad. I don't know. But, you get mad. I'll give you a sucker to, suck on. Whatever. Just go look in the mirror. There's a sucker for believing in lies and etc. Or I'll just give you a taffy. It will make you feel better. Anyway, let's get started. Now, my dad always said, and this, well, has nothing to, this just came up. Always said to, us, you will have your person and whatever you want, who will treat you like his apple in his eyes. Just like me, as my dad. And then said, like God, the apple tree was sacred when God said, when I say you could go to the tree. But my dad said, when it's okay, you can go near, or anyone can go near you. And then he said, unless. After he said that no one can go near you. And then he said, no one can hurt you, touch you. And then he said, unless again. Well, you'll figure out what unless means. But anyway, all right. We need to speak up. Take front and center to let these ones, it's done. Over. Finito. Or I forget how you say it in Italian. But anyway, we are innocent, and we will not take any more false for no one. We all do our best. We get to where we are if it's good, comfortable, and much more. We are tired and done with jealousy, ones who refuse to figure out how to make it better for themselves and their family. Each one probably had advice. It was them to figure out if it works for them, not anyone else. We are done having other ones dumping their problems, issues, and whatever else on us. We are done that these ones force problems that they have onto others. It may be karma, their families had, plus their own that they made. It's theirs, not ours. Especially when we already healed, continue the work, and we continue the work that whoever broke the chains for, and etc. That each has to continue, not just the one who broke it. And I've been saying that. We are tired and done with these ones who refuse to be accountable for their wrongs. We protect each other, not take on, ours and whose ever problem or problems. This way we fall and not them. No, it ends now. We have a foundation to build and take back our world with peace, not wars or whatever, with real people who makes a difference, matter what they do, little or big. Not fake ones who abuse their, gifts or whatever, their careers, because they have, somewhere to work and they could do all their, whatever at, ones who think they are entitled, who thinks they can destroy everything, ones who, to be like our ancestors were. One was the depression, contaminating things, and whatever else. I mean, all through, I mentioned different things. I'm not going to repeat it. But anyway, it's not the 1800s or the 1900s. It is now 2026. We are making progress, as I said. We should be where and how it's supposed to be. I said this, I think last year or maybe a couple years ago. There has been a lot of progress, and we are seeing more. 2026 adds up to 10. Means, new cycles, new beginnings, happy tears, joy, peace, love, togetherness. All the burdens, the swords that was in our backs and forced on us is all returning back to senders who placed all negativity and much more that they couldn't handle and they want company with. See, our cups are full. Our destinies is ours and not theirs. Our success is ours, not theirs. We will and are living how we should have been. We will stand together, and ones will be accountable. For their own whatever they do. Ask yourselves, why? Why would you want to repeat what our ancestors went through? Again, why? And I mentioned all what our ancestors went through, and for everyone to stop repeating. So everyone shouldn't ruin their lives for something you do to others when you don't want it happen to you. What do you think how our ancestors felt when they went through what they did? Well, they felt just like we do. Because one, we are part of our ancestors. So, it's like when they see us going through the same thing, we feel how they felt. They watched things happen. They saw ones passing away. Most shouldn't have. They saw things happen. Things being done. They couldn't get food, drinks, or whatever. And what's trying to happen? We have all that. We have the tools. We have the medicines. They didn't have all that. We have how to keep healthy, the cures, and whatever they didn't. Think about that. Do you think they wanted that for us? No, they didn't. They didn't want us not to have any of that like they did. We should be thankful that we were born to make a difference and make it better. You do know that, back then and now it's being repeated, the same thing, that some never had the chance to be born because, like I said, how they lived, had to live, what was forced. We all know what we mean. Really, think about that. Everyone can work together. Live your own lives how we are supposed to. This is why I put up my videos to remind everyone we do our best while we can. Help each other. Learn from each other. Everyone does everything different than others. When ones give, ideas, advice, and whatever else, you take it, use it, and do it your way to have it work. No one can copy anyone and shouldn't. That's being fake. And how is it people we know the real you? We lift each other up, right? We are proud of who we are. And everyone won't like you. That's okay. Or, whatever they want to say, or you name it, That's okay too. That means they don't like or are interested in what you do. Could be at that moment, or, they didn't like it. So you just walk away. And if you meet up again, somebody needs help, you help each other. There's no need to be better than anyone. No one's better than anyone. We just need to protect and help and lift each other up. What's happening around the world is all uncalled for. It's uncalled for. These ones thinking they are stopping ones to have their person who God chose, their success, and whatever else. Those ones, think and ask yourselves, okay? If you didn't continue, what our ancestors had gone through, and, you could continue while ones continue to be better. You know, whatever BS. But you could also continue what ones already broke. You can join and continue what others are doing, as in, continuing not to, mess up their bloodline. Don't you think you would have had whatever by now? Think real hard. We have, as I said, all the tools. We can learn. Each person has their own person. If they already do, why ruin it for them or yourself? And if they don't, why ruin it for them also? When you have yours or meet yours, why ruin anything for anyone? You can have success and everything how you're meant to, just like everyone. That's within everything. Everyone has a career that they took an oath to do, whether it's medical, some type of authorities, government, etc., and much, much more. There's a lot of careers out there. Everyone took an oath to help people, provide to people, advice or their services, and etc. Why would anyone break that oath? For what? To ruin your own lives by trying to ruin and take others? Why? Why? Do you think our ancestors, our loved ones, who tried their best not to have their problems, their burdens, and whatever else on us, for us to continue it? No, they want us to better ourselves with what we have in front of us. Better tools, which we will create more. We have nature to grow things instead of destroying. There's a whole list. I mentioned a whole bunch in other videos, and others probably mentioned it too. I don't know. Some, like I said, I mentioned before. So, what are we going to do? Are we going to make it better? Have ones be accountable for their own doings and whatever? Or continue to not do or ignore things, or come back to reality and let all these ones slide by? We, again, have to believe in ourselves, in our faith, especially in our angels, loved ones, spirit, God, Jesus, you know. I think I said ancestors, you know. Ask yourself, when you're being fake, okay? Now, think about it. As in pretending to be someone, pretending to love someone, pretending to have money to do wrong. Why? Why? When you could just be you. If you use all that energy to pretend, and then after a while, it will all catch up, why don't you just do you? Why do you think you are not able to be whoever you're pretending to be? That you, that you're not able to have money, to be happy, to be successful, and much more. I mean, if anyone told you that, why did you believe them? You should know your own self. You can. You don't have to pretend. If you can do all that and whatever, pretending. Just be you. You could be all that. Just being yourself. You will be more happier than worrying about if you will get caught or not. Think about you, unless somebody sees through it, but you're pretending to be all that. When you're wasting your energy to put up that front and do things and lie and etc., when you don't need to do that. You could be yourself and you can do it all by yourself. See, it takes more energy to fake things because you have to keep up with the lies, and you don't want anybody to, you can't like fall and make a mistake when you can not pretend, be happy, and do what you have to do, and etc. Takes less energy. But anyway, everyone has something they are great at, and they make legit money. If you don't know yet, then maybe, you're good at what one of your ancestors were. Now I'm speaking about good things, not ones who did things in many ways to harm. Think about that. They decided to do wrong. So where are they? And how do you think how they got there? Because they decided to go away from what they were good at. Mm. And I'm not saying everyone is good or bad. I'm just saying to think about things. Wake up. I mean, everyone knows that I've been through things, but you can't imagine. I learned since I was a child not to do what I've seen, how people treated each other, what our ancestors went through, and you know the list. You know, I learned by watching, learning how to do things, whatever it was. I listened to my body. This way I can know when something was wrong. You know, I spoke to spirit just like they were here. I prayed. I learned from nature how animals got along. And why can't humans? Animals are like family. Oh, okay. Um, Animals are like family. And Spirit is telling me those ones who thinks it's funny, leave because you don't want to deal with your pet. So you leave them chained up with no food or water and whatever. No shelter, where it's warm. Or, kids do it, adults do it. Thinks it's funny to, pour, I don't know, thick paint, the kind that, stiffens up on animals or whatever. Oh, they see you. If you freaking do not want to treat your pets as family, don't get them. Let them get a real home who will love them. And that goes for babies. As I've been saying all through different things, especially, and babies. If you do not want them, you have them just way you can abuse them. And I don't know, I'm not trying to trigger or whatever, that runs in the family, the abuse and all that, instead of you trying to change it. But no, you have kids, this way you can abuse them or be foster, whatever it's called. This way, you can abuse them and hide it. This way you can collect whatever, et cetera, et cetera. You get what I'm saying. Then first of all, you don't want them. Keep your freaking legs closed. Or get that, I forget what it's called, where you can have them, until you grow up. or get where you can't have any at all. I mean, what could I say? And this isn't me speaking, because I will never say something like that, you know. But I guess I would. No, I would. I'm not a mean person, but when it comes to crap like this and people going after people, well, sorry. I guess, never mind. Anyway, I noticed how animals got along. I noticed all kinds of things. I learned how to handle whatever, from bullies to anything. I was told a lot of lies and much more. I was told I was stupid, which is, pretty much everybody gets told, in certain things. And get this, I was also told that I was, I think I'm pronouncing it right, artistic or autistic, I forget. But I was told, well, you name it. Now, well, I'll explain the artistic anyway in a second. But till I just so happened I did something that I was always told that I couldn't do. And because I didn't know how, that's what I was told. I was told that's too complicated. I wouldn't understand. Well, when I got older, found out I wasn't anything but people said. I'm healthy. I'm not artistic or autistic. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, I did what they said that was complicated and much more. And then, I heard about meditation. I was calm. I mean, I put it's called animal meditation. That is great. I mean, put that on. Find it and put it on. And it you get the pick the one where it's like 8 hours, 15 hours. I mean, you could turn it off anytime you want, but I played it at nighttime. This way they felt calm and safe at night when they went to sleep. But anyway, I would listen to that through the day. And, you are able to focus, be calm. That's what I did. And, when I went out into nature, and like I said, I put the puppy or animal meditation on, and in both places, inside or outside. I just sat there for a while, sat quietly, like I said, with either classical or meditation music. It was mostly animal meditation, which is the same. But that was the only thing I saw. So, all the things I was told, I taught myself. I am nothing like what people said. And for the that I said that I was going to come back to, I am definitely not a person who will harm and whatever, just to gain or whatever. But oh, okay. I'll say about it in a minute. You see, I did right, and I knew God, Spirit, and etc. had my back. They were guiding me, and whatever I needed, I did everything I could to earn it, from God, and I worked to get it. To be clear, what I worked for was to provide for my family, to help. And occasionally I did for myself. So that's how you get far, among other things. No, I didn't get it. Do things, from, from God, or, to butter him up, to be phony or whatever. It's my nature within me to do things. Just like, what is within everyone. When you learn to go within yourselves and listen to that child who misses you, and you do know that child is you, right? So ask yourselves, why waste your energy to do wrong and do things to attach to people? To get their energy, when you only have to use your own the right way. Hold up. Like I said, you don't have to try to get other people's energy when you have your own, and do it the right way. And you don't have to worry about what you did or you do, whatever you do, and worry about, oh no, will it come back to me? And you won't be tired, when you use your own. You'll do more if you stop worrying about others in other people's business or trying to take whatever from them. Worrying about what are they doing or getting. Oh no, who are they with? And a lot more. See, you could also take that energy. If you took care of you, you wouldn't have to force anything onto anyone or force to take from anyone. You do know everyone goes through something. Could be the same, but it's up to each person to get out of it, to get help, and then help others with advice, or, if others are going through it, something, that you did. And if they needed help to get, started, you can't tell people, what to do or how to do it or whatever. I mean, yeah, if you're at a job, yeah, you show them, that's called training. But after a while, they have to, figure out, okay, if I do it this way, it's the same thing. I'm getting the stuff out. It's being done the same, but I'm doing it this way because it's easier for yourselves. You get it? It's that simple. If you really think about it. And if you listen to Spirit giving all kinds of signs, and I explained before how they guide you, they give you all kinds, and it depends on, like, a loved one, what they did while they were here. Like I said, my family was a jokester. When my dad wants to let you know, that he's here, he'll do something. I mean, it's funny, but, Or, my dad smoked cigars. I forget what they were called. They were really long. But anyway, I'll smell that, or cherries, because he smoked a pipe too. And, different things. I mean, it's you. All you have to do is just sit down like, they're sitting in front of you. Start, ask them how their day was. Start speaking about your day. And if you needed help with something, talk about it. And whatever you said, if it's a yes or no or whatever, or, you'll see it, the answer. Whatever you were talking about, there might be the answer in there that you were looking for. I mean, it could be that you, heard it on a commercial, or you heard it, passing by somebody. You have to figure that out. Ones like me, we're here to guide you, not tell you step by step. But to sum everything, why do everything on repeat? To be where, everyone is that didn't recognize the temptation, who did wrong. And where our ancestors are, you know, from ones who were forced to be up in spirit. We all get what, you know, all the ones who did wrong, or you can, do is you want to listen to the signs that our ancestors and spirit are giving us, to not to do what happened to them or what they did, and you can make it better instead. I don't know. It's your choice, not mine. I'm just telling you what I'm told. But anyway. But that's to say, these ones who got new ones, you think you can tell me how it felt? When was it? Well, 2 days ago and last night? Well, all day? Yesterday? Can you tell me? Because I know it got returned. And you do know that more just got caught? You do know that, right? I said it before. What you tried, or these groups tried, you passed the line. You went too far. And I did say what will happen. Oh, yeah. And no, it didn't work. And it won't. Oh, believe me, I can guarantee it. The only thing that will work is the return to senders. That goes back instantly. Which I'll say it now. Anything. I did tell you. There's at least, no, it went over. Sorry. Over 12 orders that were signed, sealed, and delivered. There's more that just went out too. Karma's not waiting anymore. Okay? You think or you try anything. When you are told not to do it, you get instant karma. And anything or anyone, I told you, you messed with the wrong person. It gets, my ancestors told me that you touch any of us or come near any of us, it won't happen. It won't happen. It won't work. And whatever you try, or you try to steal anything, you get cursed. And I did say in my video, you want to go that far? And they were like, it's already done. So, again, I tried to stick up for you. Okay? But now, I mean, no way. I mean, that's been on since God knows. That can never be broke. None of what I did to protect can never be broke. And plus, everything. You think I'm stupid? Everything that I speak about and have conversations with God, He's like, No, wait. I need to sign, seal, and deliver to make sure. I told you things changed. So if you don't listen and you continue to harass, do things, you get instant karma, okay? Instantly. And then if you do it again, well, I don't feel sorry for you. So anyway, enough of that. But like I said, more just got caught. And like I said, I already said what will happen. And no, you're not going to get me mad, because the only ones will be mad are all of you when spirit gets you caught and booked. And remember, yes, my both sides are still and will always be out. Okay? Now, light will always be in control. But my dark side, well, since you went too far, that's when God made sure that He signed, sealed, and delivered all these orders out that are out. So remember, you cannot hide, and no one can hide you either, because they know if they tried to hide you and know about it, what you tried to do or what you've been doing or whatever, blah, 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 and they're helping you to cover it up, they know also what will happen to them. And oh, yeah, what I was saying, because I noticed, don't get any ideas of what I said either. You know, what people said about me, you know, or what I said that I experienced, before, that you think that you could bring it back and continue to do it. That BS. See, I have proof. You know, so's the authorities, because God delivered them, or Spirit delivered them. You see, I have proof that I'm not who anyone lies about, what they say about me. And to me, I really don't give a flying hoot what anybody says. I know who I am. God knows who I am. Because if I'd done something, I told you, I might be His baby, but I still get in trouble. Okay? So don't twist it. Also, about the one, which, even if I was, there is nothing wrong with that, about the aut- being autistic or whatever it is and other things. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, ones who are, anyway, and mostly everybody, didn't give permission to anyone to be harassed, bullied, to be stalked, be abused. Mostly everything. People didn't give permission. And also, they can do more than anyone. So you never judge a person or anyone. Because when you do know that it will come back to you, right? And that I watched happen, okay? I didn't give permission to any of you to attack my family and myself. And no, I'm not going to say who my family is. I said it once, and that's it. I won't say it again. It's none of your business. Those ones know who they are. You know. And those ones, I said before, you have taken, and I didn't forget, and either did Spirit, especially God. Because you thought you could attack anyone when they are low. Think again. Like, really, you know what Spirit is going to do, right? Well, if you don't, then don't brag how much you can do all that, though. But, you know, with some, you do know what will happen. The rest, like all the years, you know, I was waiting and figuring out how to do or, make it better. Trying to figure out who I am. I mean, this was when, years grown up. You know, fighting all of you in spiritual warfare. Hmm. I mean, you knew that I was doing that, to put you in spiritual prison or court, whatever. This way it can come down here quicker, up there, comes down here. Yeah, not everything, but, you see, all those years that, delays, interference, etc. You know, well, you're going to wait to see. See when all of them will sneak up on you at any moment, or maybe two. Don't know. They probably already did by the time this video goes up. And then they're going to go for the newer ones. I mean, what can I say? Everything you did and what you made in karma, remember, everybody across the board warned you. I warned you. The Spirit warned you. Just remember, you all did it to yourselves. Remember that. And as I was about to, finish up, and I started the video, Spirit is saying, what I've been saying before, but they want me to say it again. This is about putting out, fake news and different things, lying, thinking or trying to get people to be in fear or panic or etc. And I'm not telling you that I'm speaking about the ones that are generally putting out the truth about what's going on and etc. No, I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking about the ones who put up and put out all fake BS. This is about all those fake news and etc. Like I said, all now I blame media or whoever for believing it, okay? Instead of actually researching and getting the truth. All the good ones, okay, are being harassed. Why? See, that's like, all the ones that are innocent are being, as victims and etc., being taken away and whatever. For no reason. All uncalled for. And they just continue. So, for the good ones, they are all online, okay? You could tell who they are. Didn't do the news about them. They want to, make it hard for you because you're speaking the truth and actually trying to help people, in situations and, let them know about whatever to survive and etc. Well, do the news about them, okay? They are the ones who are using whatever to put fake pictures up, digital stuff, to look real. Unless, you really look, you could tell. It's ones who put up that all these ones passed away, but didn't. And then put up all these ones who actually passed away. And some could be for, years that they have been. But the big story is those ones now are deciding they want people, everyone to know that they are really alive. Wow. Interesting. Those ones, that are supposed to be alive now, and God are saying, really? Am I? They didn't know that. They want to know. Then how come I could see everything? Your lies about whatever. And they want to know, then if I'm alive, then how come, when someone passed away, that they didn't show up for it? They want to know. Also, Spirit sees all of you too. You were also told many times to stop. All of you. Why is it that people want to just put out, a whole bunch of lies instead of taking that and helping people? Instead of doing what others are repeating, trying to get people to panic and, thinking that, to do what, others are doing and, be controlled. We are making it better. Not we want it destroyed, or we like our lives, we love our lives. If we didn't, and we had nothing that we had to do, we wouldn't wake up. Okay? Be grateful that you woke up. Thank the spirits. Thank God. See, if we didn't have anything that we had to do, naturally, we wouldn't wake up. Not forced. Which, oh, by the way, the ones who pass away by or through, ones going through spirit to do things, or even physical, poisoning and all that. God, and that's one of the orders. Everything will be found out if it was forced, through people who think that they, are know what they're doing. That's how most of, what you tried to do and you did when you started to attack me. Because, people are like, oh, dumbfounded, how did they pass away? Nothing was wrong, or whatever. Sometimes, yeah, they don't have anything, more to do, but I don't know. This is different. And with the poisons and everything, oh, God's going to make sure that, it is, anyone gets tested. If someone comes in sick all of a sudden or whatever, it needs to be tested automatically. You are medical. It should be automatic. Be tested to see if anybody's poisoning anybody, since that's a big thing. Because other than that, they're also being controlled by rituals too. I mean, tools or whatever. But unless you ask with a lie detector. But God is getting tired. It's done. It's over. It's done. Ones are going to start, being accountable for whatever they do now. This is getting really uncalled for. People are working their butts off, trying to make it better. It's like, you clean your home and you go into another room to go do that, but oh, you forgot something in the other room that quick. It's, that's how it is. They're tired of things continuing, being not looked into, not, everything being covered up, people not speaking up. They're not going to know who, got them caught and, booked or whatever. That's the thing. You do things quietly, okay? Especially in, different things. And you have to believe also in your faith. That's why I said everyone needs to start protecting and coming together with each other and work together. I'm not telling you to do something stupid, thinking that, you can, whatever. I mean, make sure you get everything on, video or whatever, but don't be stupid and just stand there with a camera and no one calls 911. Someone or many call while others get it on the video. That's what I'm saying. Well, I didn't. Spirit said it. Start speaking up before like something really happens. They're tired of that too. That nothing can be done unless something happens. Okay, well, what is that? Something happens. Somebody gets, I don't know, missing, or somebody gets, you know, blanked. No, you take care of it. You nip it in the butt now before it gets out of control. Especially, if it's done to you, or something happens or whatever. Don't you think that, nobody does anything that the next one it will happen to? You know, remember the patterns. I mean, I'm going to continue to, whatever messages that people need to think about. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that, it, instead of, I'm not saying that it isn't getting better. I'm just saying more and more stuff that is being corrupted, and, people getting harmed and missing and et cetera, poisoned, or this is poisoned, oh, where it was made, what is that called? Salmonella or whatever. That's all uncalled for. How is it? Okay? How's all this stuff happening? And not one knows anything. Really? Well, think about it next time. What happens if you go to the grocery store and bam, you forgot what happened, and you get what is supposed to be recalled, or someone in your family, or someone you know? Well, what happens, you forgot, left something, candy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean? On the counter or something. What happens if a child was curious, looked at it, and ate it or drank it? Huh? But now you're going to do something about it because that child is sick, or someone or they passed away because of whatever it is? Is that when something's going to get done? Why is it that people have to pass away instead of naturally when it's time for them to go home to, spirit? Why? No one gave permission for people to, to decide who gets what, who gets to, do things, or, passes away. God didn't give you permission to do that. God helped, and your loved ones helped you pass your whatever college or whatever you do for careers, and you took the oath to help and protect. So why is it all these fields are involved and hiring people that really shouldn't be there? Think about it. And for the stuff that did happen, You know what? I give thumbs up for the ones who did say something and took care of it. And I hope you had security and the authorities waiting for those ones who continue to say whatever. And anywhere else, anything happened. Thumbs up to all of you who are out there making a difference. In the middle of all these orders going out, and, you know, St. Michael's sword is out and his wings are, spread, and all the ones that are out there collecting, cleaning up all the ones that need to be off the streets. They still see you. All the ones that are making an effort and trying their best, little or big, to make a difference and making it better. They see you and they are proud of you. Remember that. All of us are enough. And I'm proud of all of you. And thank you for being here and visiting and etc. I forgot everything that I would say. I'm drawing a blank. But you know my spiel. Anyway, thank you, everyone. And everyone have a good evening, night, morning, whatever. And great job. Ciao.